Interesting.
So there's going to be a major...
Let's look at your plan to deal with illegal mining. The impact of illegal mining is already beginning to bite hard. The Ghana Water Company served notice that in future, Ghana may be forced to import water because of the extent of pollution. I can see here in your plan that you plan to establish youth-owned mining companies with work and pay mining equipment and other resources. How will this impact on the fight against illegal mining?
Since you brought this up, let me open it, for discourse.
Okay.
I have a 10-point plan, robust, comprehensive plan to deal with Galamsey. And this point about helping the young people in Galamsey to set up their own companies, mining companies, is just one component of it. But the 10-point plan starts with a complete ban for 1 year on small-scale and community mining. Yes, you can have a state of emergency, but what are the elements of the outcome of that state of emergency? You have to go beyond establishing the state of emergency. So you start off with a complete ban. That's component one. Component two, you demobilize all the machinery and the equipment, including the earth-moving equipment, and make sure that they are moved into a storage and preservation environment. And I'm proposing that the engineers, Field Engineers Regiment of the Ghana Armed Forces will be responsible for that. Within that 1 year ban period, number one, government would ensure that we restore all our water bodies. And there's technology available to be able to do that easily. Within 1 year under an Alam presidency, all our water bodies will become clean again. But meanwhile, you have a ban of 1 year, which means that within that period, it is not even possible for us to have our water bodies being contaminated again. But again, within that 1 year period, we are also going to establish a new framework to support young people who would have been displaced by this 1 year period. There's going to be a period where all the degraded lands now would then be restored. And that in itself, it's a major commercial activity, which the people, the young people in Galamsey now would have the opportunity of being part of the restoration. And that in itself is a commercial enterprise. But within that 1 year period, the government would also support the young people to establish their own mining companies. And this is where the proposal comes in. They'll be provided with machinery and equipment which would be used in a sustainable way. Right now, if you look at the implements that they use, obviously it is not the kind of instruments that they should be using for mining. But because the government is providing seed funding for them, they can buy the equipment that is appropriate for sustainable mining. But it goes beyond that. Government will also give them the working capital to be able to undertake sustainable mining, and also give them the licensing rights, both from the mining licensing rights and also EPA licensing rights. So it's a whole comprehensive program. I mean, I know this was not meant to be a discussion on mining and Galamsey, but because you asked about it. So the point about integrating young people into the new framework for sustainable mining, that point that you find in my 10-point plan is only one component of how we deal with Galamsey.